Happy Sunday. I'm meteorologist Francella Perez. Hopefully you're enjoying the day. Beautiful out there with blue skies, sunshine, a little toasty, but not as toasty as it's going to get as we head into this upcoming week, because we have an unprecedented heat wave that's going to be more intense and long lasting than the previous one. It's going to last for most of the week, which is why we already have a heat advisory from Monday through Friday for coastal and valley communities, an excessive heat watch from Thursday through Friday for the mountains and also for the desert areas. Now, what is happening? This is because of an area of high pressure. It's pretty much an exceptionally resilient and strong ridge of high pressure that we normally see during the summer. And even then, for summer, it would be an impressive ridge of high pressure and an impressive heat wave. So what happens is this system is going to be pretty much settling right over the West Coast, dominating the weather across the whole West, California, all the way into Baja as well. And it's going to sit there for some time. So what happens when we have high pressure, the air flows from high to low just because of that rotation of that high. So that causes the air to sink. It comes from the deserts, it begins to sink, and it gets forced down the mountains, passes and canyons, right? That's the easier way to go. It gets squeezed in there, you get that compressional heating. So as that happens over the mountains, passes and canyons, the air accelerates, it dries, and it warms the air mass all the way to the coast. That happens when we have a very strong ridge of high pressure and strong enough offshore flow that it's going to cause that air mass pushed all the way to the coastal areas. So that's what's happening. That is why we have a heat advisory, an unusual and rare heat advisory for the coastal areas. This is unprecedented. Never seen, I don't think, before here in San Diego County. And that's going to be from Monday through Friday. Temperatures from 80 to 90 degrees for the valleys, 90 to about 100 degrees. We are going to have temperatures about 30 degrees above average, maybe a little bit more, and just a ton of record-breaking temperatures, not only daily potentially, but monthly record-breaking temperatures. So also we have an extreme heat watch for the mountains. Temperatures between 85 to 95 degrees. This is below 5,000 feet. And for the deserts, we have temperatures expected to range between 105 to 110. This excessive heat watch will start on Thursday morning, and it continues until Friday. More than likely, all across the region, Thursday and Friday will be the two hottest days of the week. So this is going to have major impacts in terms of heat-related illnesses, not just impacting a few people who are sensitive to heat, but impacting anyone without any kind of effective cooling, air conditioning, fans, or any appropriate hydration. So this is going to impact millions of people across Southern California, and even here across pretty much the whole county. We're under some kind of heat alert over the whole county, that's impressive in itself. Here's what you can do to prepare as of now. You can make sure that your AC is working properly, that your fans are in working order as well. Make sure that you get all your food, your medication that you need during the week. That way you don't have to run around. Make sure you have enough water, and reschedule any outdoor events. Try to just either that, or if you can, reschedule them. If you're going to exercise, do it early in the morning or later on at night, and make sure that you know your local cooling centers or cooling locations around in your neighborhood in case you need to go there. Important also to mention that it's good to recognize the warning signs of heat exhaustion, which is dizziness, thirst, heavy sweating, and weakness. When that happens, you got to cool down as soon as possible. Make sure you get some ice, water, maybe take a shower. Now, the heat stroke, that's the most dangerous, and that's when you get no sweating, a throbbing headache, dizziness, confusion, and loss of consciousness. At that point, not only make sure that the person cools down, but you got to call 911 because it could be absolutely dangerous. Now, the temperatures are going to be increasing not only during the day, but also at night. So I want to show you this temperature trend for Ramona, just to give you an idea, because we're not going to have much just of a break for the nighttime hours. So 51 Monday morning, that will be your overnight low. Monday morning. By Tuesday morning, 55, and then Wednesday, we're going to be closer to 60 degrees. So overnight lows are going to increase at least 10 degrees over the next several days. Your daytime highs for our Monday, taking a look at the temperatures in the 70s and the 80s. For the inland locations, upper 80s to low 90s. The mountains will be in the upper 70s, low 80s, and the deserts will be flirting with triple digits. We also have a beach hazard statement from now all the way through Wednesday night because of dangerous swimming and surfing conditions. Waves are going to range between 4 to 6 feet with some sets up to 7 feet. The larger waves will be over the southern facing beaches, and also we have a high risk of rip currents, so make sure that you swim close to a lifeguard, and don't forget to do this stingray shuffle because it could be very painful. Here's a look at your first alert extended forecast for the coastal areas. Again, temperatures will continue to increase and stay pretty elevated through most of the week. Tuesday will be St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Friday, that will be the Friday morning will be the spring equinox. Even though it's not going to feel like spring, it's going to feel like summer, and beach weather or pool weather will be the ideal thing to do. Inland locations, again, in the 90s, possibly close to 100 in some spots. The mountains will also see those temperatures soar into the upper 80s, low 90s, especially Thursday and Friday. In the deserts from 97 to 105, 106, and again, even the possibility of hitting 110 degrees. So pretty remarkable to see this kind of heat in the last few days of winter. So stay safe and stay cool out there. Have a great evening.